If you want to get better at small talk like world-class speakers or popular entertainers on YouTube, I'm going to share with you 6 tips that have allowed me to gain a better understanding of small talk and how to make it very easy to do. I want you to recall back to a time where you were alone and walking down a hallway. You see somebody at the other end of it walking past you in the opposite direction, inevitably bound to pass by you. What's the first thing that pops in your head? Oh shit, an interaction with another human. I don't think I was prepared for this today. I don't even know what to do. And in those 10 seconds, which may feel like an eternity, you're so nervous on how you're going to interact with this human, or if you got to interact with this human, that you don't know how to act. So this is where we apply the 10-5 rule. And what this is that when you're 10 feet away of the person you're walking past in the opposite direction, I want you to make eye contact with them. As you keep walking, you'll most likely have covered 5 feet by then. And once you reach 5 feet of distance between each other, you just say hello. Say what's up, say hey, how's it going, how you doing? Anything that floats your boat, and keep it pushing.
Between time, I'm pushing P.
It's truly that simple. It's a formula that's proven to alleviate the nerves that stem from situations like those. Because for most people, one of their fears in this situation is not knowing when to say hello, not knowing when to greet them, not knowing when to give a proper salutation as you're walking past somebody, not being able to get the correct timing. If you look too early, they may not be looking at you. And as you keep looking up in hopes to catch their eye, you'll feel like you're needy for their attention. But if you look too late, it looks like you just ignored them, making you look like the asshole. So follow this rule to take the pressure off you in these situations. Now that you know when to look and when to speak. And if you want to take it up a notch, after you say hello, if you notice something that you like on that person, mention it. Hey, I like your shoes, man. Where'd you get those from?
Officer, I got one question for you. What are those?
An example of how easy initiating small talk can be once you apply the 10-5 rule. Now imagine yourself at a party or a work event, and you're either by yourself or your friend just left you to go talk to someone else or use the bathroom. And you're stuck socializing with other people by yourself. As scary as that sounds, this second tip can help in this situation, which is finding common ground. Finding common ground gives you the opportunity to build rapport, establish connections by sharing shared interests or experiences that you've had. This makes the conversation a lot more enjoyable and foster a deeper connection with that person you're talking to, establishing a sense of mutual understanding. This in turn gives a pleasant experience for both you and the person you're talking to, because there's an 80% chance that the person you're talking to is just as nervous to talk to you as you are to them. This way you took the initiative to alleviate some of the stress that comes behind talking to a new person. And in the process, you made a new friend or an acquaintance. So if you're looking to strike up a conversation with another guest at the party, ask them questions like, how do you know the host? Or if you're at a work event, ask them how long you've been in the field for. Identifying common ground can create a foundation for collaboration and teamwork, as shared interests often lead to smoother communication and an overall positive interaction. It promotes a sense of unity and can ease the tension in diverse social situations. Now this next tip is called commiserating. What is that? Imagine it's Valentine's Day and you're stuck in bumper to bumper traffic. You're in a hurry to get home to your significant other and your car hasn't moved in 1 hour. This is extreme, but you understand what I'm saying soon enough. You get out of your car because you haven't moved and you want to see what's going on. You pop out, investigate the scene, and you find out that a cop is in front of the traffic and is controlling traffic terribly. And there's nothing you can do about it. You have to sit there and wait. You're pissed off and you go back to your car anyway. And on your way back, someone asks you what's going on. So you tell them, the cop is controlling traffic like an idiot. And he says, well, I guess none of us are gonna get laid tonight. That's commiserating, expressing or feeling sympathy or pity for someone else. This can be used in a serious situation, and this can also be used in a humorous situation. The situation I painted into your head allow for both parties to find a laugh and find common ground in a situation that would be very annoying for most. But the ability to express sympathy for a person going through something allows for the connection to be formed. It can strengthen social bonds by showing empathy, creating a sense of support, and helping individuals feel less isolated in their challenges. So for those frustrating little moments, try to use commiserating to try to brighten up the mood in those troublesome situations. I find that to be easier leeway for better small talk success. In this next tip, we'll be getting pretty deep. This next tip will be getting pretty deep with the person you're talking to. A mistake that people make when conversing with someone is going from topic to topic and not staying on a specific topic and digging deeper. There's an art to unpacking one subject and digging deeper into the conversation to truly understand who that person is and what they're saying. And on the surface level, this doesn't seem like a bad thing, but this doesn't invite the opportunity to have a valid connection with the person you're talking to. It's comparable to being on Family Feud and going through the lightning round questions. No time to dwell on that topic and truly understand what that person is saying, or moreover, who they are. And in order to graduate to being successful in big talk, you're gonna have to master the small talk. And digging deeper with respectful boundaries is an ace that will aid you in better small talk, thus leading you to have a more successful time with women, your friends, and random people you meet daily. So how do you get deep without crossing these boundaries? There are 3 helpful questions that I ask to gain more knowledge about a topic or to understand a person a little bit better. And these are, can you tell me more? Can you give me more detail about that? Wait, hold on, let's unpack that. What do you mean by that? Those never fail. You have to understand that people love talking about themselves. It's human nature. It makes us feel good. And the minute that they feel good, you're in the clear. They trust you, making that interaction 10 times more positive for both parties. Talking about sports, families, or even traveling are good topics for a sustained conversation. It grants an easier path to bring out certain emotions, which is what you want to keep the conversation flowing. I still got 2 more tips to give y'all. Make sure you ask interesting questions. Now, what I don't want you to do is grab a piece of paper and get ready to jot down specific questions, because I'm not giving out any handouts. I'm not giving out anything for free. Well, unless you want to help on a quick call with me so I can help you bring your social skills to another level. But jotting down specific type of phrases that are used in videos that you see, they're not really going to help you. Trust me, I've been there and I've done that. I learned nothing. Rather, you need to understand the how behind asking interesting questions. When asking interesting questions, you have to be able to get the person to really think about what you ask them. You want them to take their time and really think about their answer. And most people think that to make the question interesting, you have to come up with the most god-tier question that has the potential to shatter the universe or bring a person to tears. But it's really as simple as asking about a past event. Asking questions that revolve around a feeling that was either a successful time or a failure for them, or a future event regarding themselves or someone else. There are many more ways, but these are the questions I use to really invoke a deeper connection with that person, to truly get them thinking about the answer they're gonna give me. And also, you learn a lot more about that person. And an underlying appreciation is implied from that person when you ask questions like that. It makes the other person either reminisce on the event or think about the future, which is a scary thing. It brings up weird emotion, weird feelings, which naturally opens up the person a little bit more, and then a valuable conversation can ensue. Side note, don't be afraid to embrace your ignorance on a topic that you don't know. Small talk is the opportunity to learn something new. If the person sitting next to you talks about how he works in actuarial science, and you have no idea what that means, it's okay to admit that. A lot of people appreciate the honesty behind you being so upfront and respond kindly to you with more knowledge about that topic. And what you have gained is more knowledge about that topic you didn't know a lot about beforehand, and possibly a new friend to go play soccer with. The last tip is the exit strategy. Quite frankly, this is the hardest part of small talk. It's hard to get into small talk, but it's harder to get out of small talk. Nowadays, it's become common for us to use our biological needs to get out of small talk. What I mean by that is we say phrases like, oh, I gotta use the bathroom, I'll be right back. Or, damn, I'm hungry, I'm gonna grab some food real quick. I've used these before, I'm guilty. And most people have a clue on what that really means when it's said to them. They don't want to talk to you anymore. And that's fine. But using that ends the conversation so abruptly that it almost feels awkward doing so. Even if you do have to use the bathroom, or you're actually really hungry, or both. So I challenge you to switch up the way you leave a conversation. Matt Abrahams, the author of Think Faster, Talk Smarter, compared his method to how race car drivers know that the race is coming to an end once that white flag is being raised. So how can you use this in small talk? So instead of saying, well, nice to meet you, or I gotta go, bye, I want you to say, before we take off, or since I only have a few minutes, or I need to go in a moment, but, and ask them one more question, or provide one more piece of feedback about the topic. One more sentence is not gonna hurt you. So it might sound like this. Hey, since I only have a few more minutes, I wanna know more about how you got your hair braided. This will send a gentler signal to the person that you would like the small talk to come to an end, making this a cleaner way to end the small talk and not feel like an awkward asshole. But yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you found value in what you heard. Please like and subscribe. Share this with someone who needs to hear this. And remember to book your call with me to take your social skills to another level. Other than that, develop a prodigy mindset and tackle your problems with everything you got. I believe in you. Take care. Peace.